Super Bowl. That's right. It's Super Bowl time. Super Bowl 57. Two best teams in football. Chiefs, Eagles going at it. It's going to be awesome. Clash of the Titans, especially what we're going to talk about right here. You know, the great defense of Philadelphia Eagles, the number 2 defense in football, the second best sack defense in the history of the game other than the 85 Bears against Mahomes and that offensive line and Andy Reid. Come on. It's going to be great. Now, one of the things that's interesting about this matchup, okay, the Eagles, really good defense, right? We know that. They do a lot on the defensive side of the ball. You see here, 5-man front, and they got a lot of checks and communications they go through with their defense too when you break them down, where, yeah, they'll play one defense to this, but then you motion and change a formation a little bit, and they might not like their defensive call for now, okay, wait, the tight end's over here, and we're in a 2-by-2 set. So what do? A lot of great defensive coordinators do this. They have a call they make, or they change some rules on their defense to stop some of the things they know the offense likes to do out of their new formation. And times that can be good, but at times you watch on film, there can be a lot of communication between all these guys and who goes where, and they're talking while the ball's being snapped. And that's something to watch for in this game, because this is where I want to go inside the numbers, powered by AWS. The Chiefs, Andy Reid, yeah, you know it. They motion. They do this stuff. So that's maybe where they can create a little bit of a tactical advantage against this Eagles defense, albeit it might not be as much through the run game like we saw the 49ers, who had a hurt quarterback, but they do it a lot in the passing game and the run game. So it's going to be a different look for this Eagles defense. You see there, the motion usage, the yards, rushing per attempt, all these pre-snap motion stats you see here with the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, we know they're a really good offense, and they know how to create the advantages off of that. All right, so you see here, right? I mean, the Chiefs, they love to, hey, speed sweep guy goes this way, or this guy goes this way and back over here. And usually they're in the shotgun, right? So they do some of that stuff. This team right here, the San Francisco 49ers, they're the number 1 team in pre-snap motion. We didn't get to see all their beauty because of their quarterback situation, but here's the first example I just want to show you, and some of the bind. They're going to bring Kittle over in motion. You can see it there, right? But as you can see, the Eagles talking to each other, right? They're not sure. Wait, where's this guy? There's supposed to be another guy down here. You see here, safety, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Now it's late in the snap. They're getting ready to snap it. He's going back, and they're still talking, right? And now, again, here comes another motion with Kyle Juszczyk coming across, and again, there's more communication. And ultimately, this ends up being a good run up the middle by Christian McCaffrey, but a problem that you see arise for this Eagles defense from time to time. Okay, later on in the game, I want to show another example of what I'm talking about here, right? Showed you a run up the middle on the last play, but this one is even more specific, and you can see a little bit more. Again, look, motion. Here comes George Kittle in motion. You got the middle linebacker, Kazir White. He's not even looking at the ball right now, right? There's a lot of talk and communication going on. They're trying to get the safety down. They need to bump over people because now, again, it's gone from a formation where there was 3 receivers or 3 viable options to the left side, and now it's going to be more in a 2-by-2 set, and they want to get to a different defense because they feel what? The 49ers have a different set of calls or plays they go to when they get in this formation, all right? And then I'm going to show you here on this next clip, I want to show you what the Eagles do and how they mess it up is exactly as far as fitting the proper gap. Next frame, what I wanted to show you. Again, Eagles defense, great. You know, they do everything just about as high a level as you can ask. But when you motion, shift, do all that, the communication we talked about, them all talking, right? So they got Kittle over here that we showed. Now Juszczyk, he came from this side at the snap of the ball because they're going to run their usual little zone cutback play that the 49ers run. And if you look at this, right, here we got guy for a gap, guy for a gap, guy for a gap here, all right? This guy's going to set the edge. You know, he's going to come out. This guy's got in between there. All right, guy for a gap, guy for a gap. The guy that it messes up here is TJ Edwards a little bit. And not that he's totally messed up, but because they shifted Kittle over here, then they snapped the ball and Juszczyk came over here. They, one, were trying to communicate and make sure they got everybody in the right position. But two, it gets them kind of discombobulated as well. And here's one where TJ Edwards just goes a little too far, right? His gap should be right here. He should be there for this cutback run. But because of all the pre-snap movement and even the post-snap movement, he's a little too aggressive in his adjustment, and he gets too far over, which allows then this double team to come up and get him, and you're going to see McCaffrey in this next clip run for a big gain. And as you can see, Eagles are pretty good in all areas here as far as the run fits. But as I explained, Edwards being a little too aggressive because of the pre-snap motion and the communication, he kind of overshoots his gap, and now they have found the flaw. And that's all it takes. That's the point of pre-snap motions and shifts. Just to get one guy to maybe be a little slow with his reaction or over-aggressive because he sees all the movement in that pre-snap, that now he kind of forgets where he's supposed to fit in. And you'll see here, it's not even a great block. They don't really stay on him, but he's out of position enough to where McCaffrey's fast enough still to go by him, gets a considerable gain. Now, again, I don't know if we'll see this as much through the run game as we saw last week, but the Chiefs do have a run game. And the Chiefs did run the ball on them last year in the 2021 season when they did match up. And it's been an issue for the Eagles. So run game, pre-snap motion, and then, of course, we know Mahomes, shotgun, guys going everywhere is going to be a part of this. Will the Eagles simplify and just go, hey, let's not do too much on defense? Or are they going to be what they've been all year, which is kind of like, oh, you do this, we're going to squash it. Oh, you motion over here, we're going to call another defense and squash it. Could be good, but it could also be a recipe for some big plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. Check it out, Super Bowl 57. We'll see how the Eagles adjust. Thanks for watching, homies. Hit subscribe to see all my unbuttoned videos. You get to see me, Ahmed Fareed, all the big player breakdowns, game breakdowns, player interviews, and my film analysis. So please subscribe. Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Peace out.